Okay. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It's gonna click off like every 15 minutes.
Well, sometimes it's a little longer, sometimes it's not, but when you quit seeing that red dot, then it's gonna stop. When you see that writing come on the screen. You want me to turn it around so you can see the screen?
Yeah, all you have to do is click the right.
Yeah. So as long as that dot there, it's recording.
Okay. And then,
Just push that.
okay, alright.
And it start right back.
Okay, so when the dot go off, I just come back up.
Yeah, when they record, they go off.
Well, I can read it.
I don't know if you can see that dot from here, but
Yeah, I can see it.
you will see that writing come on the screen.
Okay.
Until you just stop.
I can see it.
Okay. I don't think I need this. Still got a good voice. That's the only thing ain't wore out yet. We're gonna get right into it, family. This is a lesson that I started to teach at one time when we was over at the other place, and the Most High interrupted me and wanted me to say something else that day.
Kind of speak up for the viewers.
And so I'm gonna go ahead and get into it now. But if you got a pen and paper, because it's gonna be a bunch of scriptures now, and so you can go home and finish your Shabbat out, studying and things. That way, when people come and try to tell you something about us going home and all that, then you'll have plenty to to rebut them with. Because just like this 2019 stuff that came up, scriptures is saying altogether different. Now, let's go to, first of all, let's get this verse in our spirit. I want you to really concentrate on this all the way through this lesson. It'll help you understand anything that we talk about today. And that's Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. And I know y'all familiar with that one.
Ecclesiastes
1 and 9.
1 and 9. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. And it reads, "The thing that had been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun."
Right. Now, with that being said, we know that everything, that takes place, now has already happened before. And it shall happen again. So with that in mind, you can pretty much understand the prophetic, scriptures. Now, let's go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 1 through 3.
2 Thessalonians, verse 1
through 3.
through 3.
What chapter?
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 1, 2, and 3.
And it reads, 2 Thessalonians, 2nd chapter, verses 1, 2, 3. "Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of Adonai, YAH'S, Hamashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by ruach, nor by word, nor by letter as from us, as that day of Hamashiach is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, For that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed,
Okay.
the son of prediction.
Now, during all these online prophecies, all these guys, y'all remember, it's 2019, August. I mean, they got so good they can put an exact date on it.
Yeah.
Didn't it? And this been going on since like 2016. Every year they do the same thing.
That's right.
19.
And this year, they got so good that they put a date on it, August 20th. You know, and the scripture just got through saying it's going to be a falling away first. I don't mean just a few here and a few there. It's going to be in mass. Now, we're beginning to see it. People are going after all kind of stuff. I mean, even Kanye West got a Sunday church now. You know, and I looked at it, and his church was just as full as Joel Osteen. It was that many people there.
Because of the celebrity status.
Yeah. And the music they were playing was the same kind of hip hop beat, and people were dancing like it was a hip hop song. And I'll send that link to you too.
And they really not there for the word. They really not. They're there because of the celebrity status.
Entertainment. Okay, so now, let's read Matthew 24:26. See, we're going to get all these precepts in line first, so we'll know just what we're talking about when we start going into these scriptures.
Matthew 24:6.
No, 24:26.
Matthew 24:26.
Yeah,
Matthew 24
verse 26.
and verse 26. Say, Cain, when you get there, Cain. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert. Go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers. Believe it not. For as the light cometh out of the east, and shine even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For whatsoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together.
Now, did you see that?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
How can anybody, any one of us, I don't care on Facebook, YouTube, whatever, the Most High haven't told neither one of us what day it's going to be. Haven't even told the angels. So how are these people claiming it's time for us to move to Africa? And if time permits, if we get through this pretty quick, I'm going to show you what happens when you do that. When you move ahead of the Most High, I'm going to show you just how much trouble you get in. All right? Now,
So you one of these young brothers,
Come read.
when y'all read,
you want that?
Yeah, I'm going back there, man.
Flip it back over to you.
Yeah, you get 2
All right.
minutes.
Now, let's go to Jeremiah 23:21.
Say, Cain, when you have it.
Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 21. We're going to get we're going to uncover all this today.
Jeremiah 23:21 reads, I have not sent these prophets, yet they ran. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesied.
Now, did you see that? Now, how they gonna get up teaching, on YouTube, it's time for us to go to Africa, when the Most High clearly made it plain, I will gather you up. He didn't tell us to get up and move nowhere. Right here in this book, when they did that, they took it on their own to do it. 10,000 of them went, and only like 2 or 3 came back. They were all killed. And that's in the book of Joshua, chapter 75. You'll see. They said the same thing these people are saying. Oh, it's time for us to go, you know, like Moses said or whatever. It's time for, they took that on themselves to do it. Man, like I said, if people have the means and money and just want to move, you know, somewhere else, that's fine.
All right.
But don't let it be because some idiot told you it's time for us to go. That's not biblical at all. Let's go to Acts chapter 1, verse 6 through 11.
You did say Cain.
Cain.
Acts 1:6 reads, when they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Most High, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom of Israel? And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the time or the season which the Father has put in his own power, but ye shall receive power after that the Ruach HaKodesh is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and of Judah, and in Samaria, and unto the utmost parts of the earth. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him at their sight. And while they looked steadfastly towards heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into the heaven? This says Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven.
Now, you see that? Now, Marcia just told him, when they asked him, oh, is it this time you're going to restore the king? He said, that's not for you to know. You know, he said, that's the Most High's business. You get out here and do what I told you to do. And as he was ascending up, they standing up there looking up in the sky. And those two men in white had to be angels and went to him and said, why y'all standing here looking up? See, he coming back the same way you see him live. Get out of here and do what you're supposed to be doing. And that's spreading the gospel. And this is what happens when those teachers get online and get all these people all jacked up about leaving and all this here stuff. They turned you into a sky watcher. Now you out there looking up. He's coming when he's coming. You ain't got to watch. But you sure better be ready for whatever day that he shows up. And let me get one more read. Go to Matthew 24 and verse 36.
That Cain when you had it.
Good.
Cain.
Matthew 24:36 reads, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only.
Okay. Now, that once again says no man, no angel. Now, common sense would tell you if the angels don't know, he sure ain't sent none of it to us.
All right.
Huh?
All right.
I mean, the destructive angels don't even know what day they're going to destroy the earth. They ready to do it. You know, all the most have to do is say, go. And they gone. They're out of there. They're not going to question him, and they're not going to discriminate. I don't care if you old, young, crippled, blind, you're in trouble. If you're not in the Word.
If I can say something about that, because the angels that stood with Yahuwah or Yahweh, they know protocol.
Right.
And it's like a general, for those of you military veterans, who's on the front line, but he's waiting to hear from the commander-in-chief. He knows that he's about to go to war, but he don't know he have received a command from the commander-in-chief on when to proceed for, or when to go for. Well, that's how it is with that destroying angel. He's waiting for the sound of the trumpet. He's waiting for the call
Absolutely.
from the Most High to go and destroy. And that's something that we need to learn to follow as we're waking up into this truth. As Hebrew Israelites, we need to learn to follow protocol, which is called the Torah.
That's right.
Go on, brother. Elder.
I tell you what, let's add on to that. Go to Matthew 24, verse 31.
Okay.
We might as well stack on to that.
Okay. Matthew 24:31 reads, and he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds and from the four heavens, and for the end of, from one end of heaven to the other.
Now, does that sound like something we supposed to do? Or is the Most High gonna do it?
He gonna send that call.
Now let's go into all these verses, write them down, y'all, and we're gonna see just how we're gonna lead. I mean, when and who's gonna do it. And matter of fact, we're gonna find out how we're gonna get there. I mean, do we get there like Star Trek and some kind of machine that beams us up over there? We get beamed and then reappear when we get, no. We're gonna find out. Okay, go to Ezekiel 11, verse 16, 17. We'll move quickly through these.
Say, Cain, when you had it.
Ezekiel 11.
Right, 16 and 17.
Okay.
Ezekiel 11, 16 to 17 reads, therefore say, thus saith the Most High Elohim, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come. Therefore say, thus saith the Most High Elohim, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where ye have been scattered, and I will give you the land of Israel.
Right. Now we see just in that verse, once again, Moses is telling you that he's the one scattered us, he's the one going to bring us back together.
That's right.
No man can save us. I mean, that's clear in Deuteronomy. In other words, what he's saying is that y'all can get all the leaders y'all want and everything else. Ain't nobody getting you out of this but me.
Yep.
Go ahead, Elder.
If we stop and just do the things that he tell us to do, we wouldn't have time to be sitting up being concerned and worried about when he gonna do it, if he gonna do it, or how he gonna do it.
That's right.
Because he gonna do what he do.
That's
He
right.
just want us to do what he tell us to do. Right. That's real simple.
Okay. Now, go to Ezekiel 20, verse 33 through 38. And I'll read this one whenever you get there. Let me know.
Okay.
Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 33 through 38.
Okay.
Everybody there? Okay. Verse 33. As I live, saith the Most High, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out, will I rule over you. And I will bring you out from the people, and will gather you out of the countries wherein you are scattered, with a mighty hand, and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out. And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there I will plead with you face to face, like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt. So will I plead with you, saith the Most High. And I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. And I will purge out from among you the rebels, and them that transgress against me. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel, and ye shall know that I am the Elohim.
All praises.
Now, see, everybody's under the impression that when he comes to get us, we going right on into the land. Remember what I told you from the start. Remember Ecclesiastes. What has been done gonna be done again. Just as our forefathers, when they left captivity out of Egypt, they had to go in the wilderness to be tested and proved.
That's
So
right.
are we. See, we going into the wilderness again. And that's where the Most High gonna find out what you made out of. See, all that old faking and shaking you doing now ain't gonna work.
Bring it out.
See? And let's read Zechariah 13:9 for me. Zechariah 13:9. I'm gonna show you what all is gonna happen when we get there. 13:9.
Okay.
They say Cain.
Zechariah 13, verse 9.
Zechariah 13:9 reads, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall cry on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people. And they shall say, the Most High is my Elohim.
Now, see, everybody looking to go back to the land think it's just gonna be a walk-in picnic. No, we gonna be tested. Trust me. First he tells you going under the rug.
That's right.
And I'm gonna explain that to you too, and where that came from. And then we're gonna be sent through the fire. See, and here's why. Right now, you see all these brothers and stuff, they wearing all this Hebrew stuff. I mean, they decked out. I mean, if you see them walking down the street, look like they auditioning for a part in Star Wars.
Bring it out.
I'm not kidding. I mean, they got all kind of arm things on there. I mean, they look like they auditioning for a part in Star Wars. And that means absolutely nothing. They paying more attention to their outward appearance than they are their inside man. And this is why the Most High is going to purge us. He's going to pass us under the rod and through the fire. Okay, now we're going to find out where that metaphor pass under the rod come from. Go to Leviticus 27:32. See, the Most High used that metaphor, and I'll explain to you.
So Cain, when you have it.
Okay.
Go ahead and read.
Leviticus 27:32 reads, and concerning the tithe of the herd or of the flock, even of whatsoever passeth under the rod, the tent shall be holy unto the Most High.
Okay. Now, the rod is the shepherd's staff. It has multiple purposes. You know, it has a little hook on the end, so when the sheep start straying off, it's just reaching rattle. It's also a weapon against predators. But it was also used to count sheep. They make the sheep line up single file and pass under the rod, and as they pass, he's able to identify them and see what kind of health they need. He take the rod and go against the grain of their wool so he can see their skin and see if they're healthy or not, because a tenth of it is going to the Most High. See? And also it's for identification purposes, because your sheep had a little mark in their ear. So when they pass under that rod one by one, you would kind of flick his ear back and see to make sure he's not astray from another tribe. And this is the same analogy the Most High used. You pass under that rod, he gonna see if you healed or not. He gonna rub your fur back and see what's up under there. You know, all you little Hebrew clothes on, all he gonna rub all that off. He gonna see what's left.
Oh, good, good.
In a heart.
Yeah. See, and he gonna make sure you one of his. That's why he said that. You gonna pass on the rod, and you know, then I'm gonna purge the rebels away from you.
Ooh, that's a good scripture.
Yeah. That's where that pass under the rod come from, and it's used as a metaphor. You know, in Ezekiel 20, 33 through 38. You know, it's used as a metaphor of just how the scrutiny the Most High gonna have us under. You know, when you get, it's not none of this walk-in, cakewalk stuff. No. No, we're gonna be tested. Absolutely, we're gonna be tested. Because, look, when you dressed up in your little Hebrew garb and stuff and all that, all shiny and stuff, you ever watch westerns when they stake a claim on a mine and they think they finna get rich and they do all that mining and stuff and take what they got in the town only to find out it was fool's gold. See, fool's gold is iron pyrite. That's what it is. It looks like gold, but it's not. And so everybody dressing the part with their fringes and all this, that's fool's gold. See, has no substance to it whatsoever. You know, you can dress the part all you want to. You better be the part.
All right.
Because these clothes here, they don't matter. We're gonna leave these behind.
Ooh, that's a good.
Don't matter.
What was
Those
that from
guys
Ezekiel? What was that verse from Ezekiel? Those verses?
Ezekiel chapter 20 verses 33 through 38.
Okay.
And are you talking about the one from Leviticus where was?
The rod?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Leviticus 27:32.
27 and 32.
Yeah. See, boy, I mean, the Most High, His word is beautiful. You see how He just uses things, you know, as metaphors, things that are actually happening. But He used them to describe what He's gonna do.
That's right.
See? Now, in case a lot of these people think that, well, that stuff already happened. No, we're reading out of Jeremiah and Ezekiel. That's prophecy. Something yet to come or something that may have already been fulfilled. Okay? But it's yet to come. Alright. Let me see. No, we read that one. Okay. I'll tell you a good one to read. If I can find it right quick. Read Jeremiah. Go to Jeremiah 16 chapter. 14 through 16.
You dare say Cain? Jeremiah 16:14 reads, Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Most High, that it shall no more be said, the Most High liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Most High liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither He had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I had gave unto their fathers. Behold, I will send for many fishers, said the Most High, and they shall fish them. And afterward I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them for every mountain, and from every hill, and out of every hole of the rocks.
Now, do that sound like something that's done already happened? See, He made sure you didn't get it all twisted and messed up. What did He say? No more shall it be said. You see? In other words, He said, I'm not talking about what I did in Egypt. He said, don't let it be said no more, you know, that, let me read it just right. He said, no more let it be through 26.
Say Cain when you have it.
What chapter?
Ezekiel 28, 25 to 26.
Right.
Ezekiel 28 reads, Thus saith the Most High Elohim, When I shall have gathered the house of Israel from the people among whom they are scattered, and shall be sanctified in them in the sight of the heathen. Then shall they dwell in their land that I have given to my servant Jacob. And they shall dwell safely therein, and shall build houses and plant vineyards. Yet they shall dwell with confidence when I have executed judgments upon all those that despise them round about them. And they shall know that I am Yahuwah their Elohim.
Now, that's not what's happening over there in Israel now. They not dwelling in safety. Everybody over there want to kill them.
Yeah, and they fighting
You know?
hard over there.
So that's not them. It's just not. You know, he said they gonna dwell safely. You know, if they dwelling so safely, why they keep having to get aid from the U.S., you know, for nuclear weapons
And Russia too.
and things, yeah, like that. So it's talking about us, and that's the problem with our people. Today, they can't see themselves in the Bible. They just can't see it, you know, at all. They think it's somebody else, and it's you. You know, you reading your history. This is why, really, we don't have any business making the same mistakes our forefathers made. We got the book. We got the history of the mistakes they made. All we have to do is read. Oh, let's not make that mistake. You know, we're supposed to be better than them. We don't have an excuse. Everything they did from beginning to now has been written.
That's right.
Whatever got them in trouble, we can read it, and therefore avoid it. But we won't, because we won't read it. Huh?
Some people don't want to change their ways.
Exactly what I said.
They be saying, I don't want to do that.
Exactly.
And get mad too if you can. But I can't help it. I be telling you, if you don't want to hear it, you just have to not be around me.
They just don't want to. They just don't want to read it, and that's it. That's the problem. Like they say, you want to hide something from one of us, put it in the book. It's safe. I mean, you can put 10 $100 bills at home in a Bible, and if somebody break in your house, it'll be untouched, because they're not going to steal that Bible. That's the safest place.
As a matter of fact, I don't know, but as a matter of fact, back in the days, at least I know in Mississippi, that's what the people used to do. They used to put their money in the Bible, because they knew that when a thief break in, they're not going to the Bible.
And you can leave it out on the table. They ain't touching that Bible, man. It's like kryptonite to them.
But not too long ago, my friend, he brought a woman in his sister's house and she went straight to his Bible.
Oh,
They got his money.
But I mean,
tithing.
these scriptures, man, I mean, the Bible is like kryptonite to some of our people, man. They don't want to be within 5 feet of one.
But some people first thing, ooh, let me see this, and open it. Wait, I say you can see it. Don't understand. But this is what I be saying. If you stop and look at Jonah and Noah's days, they had all the time in the world to repent. But they didn't want to be like the people in Jonah's days. That group of people he went to didn't want to talk to them. They hurry up and repented. Soon as somebody came and brought them the word. And then when you look at our people today, some of them want to do right. But the majority of them just ain't trying to hear it.
Now, you don't have to go to these verses, but do write them down. And you know, when you get home from Shabbat, you know, that'll be something that you can study. And Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 12 through 14. That's one of them. Okay, then you can go to Ezekiel 37, verse 21, 22. In fact, I'm going to read this one. Ezekiel 37, 21 through 22. And say unto them, thus saith the Most High Elohim, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel. And one king shall be king to them all. And they shall no more be two nations, neither shall they be divided into the kingdoms any more at all. Now are we back together with the rest of the nation?
No,
Huh?
no, sir.
Well, okay then. That hasn't happened.
That's right.
See, it's a few things that's gonna have to be fulfilled. All prophecy is gonna be fulfilled. Now, I'm not taking anything away from the Most High. If he indeed decide to make all these prophecies fulfill in a week, he sure can. But don't let nobody tell you that it's time to go move to Africa. He didn't tell you that. You go over there and get killed. Do you know we're hated of all nations?
Everywhere.
Even the people that look like us,
Nobody like
they
us.
hate you. All you have to do is go online and read it. It's a lot of those Africans can't stand you,
Nobody.
man.
They use a word that we don't even know that it's degrading. It's a word called akata.
Yeah, I know what that means.
Yeah.
It's the N word in their language.
It's very degrading.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
But even them Israelites that look just like us, they even hate us.
I'm telling you. Okay, now, write down Ezekiel. No, I want this one read. Go to Ezekiel 39, verses 25 through 29. 25 through 29.
Cain. Just say Cain. Ezekiel 39:25 reads, therefore thus says the Most High Elohim, now I will bring again the captivity of Jacob, and have mercy upon the whole house of Israel, and will be jealous for my holy name. After that they have borne their shame, and all their trespasses whereby they have trespassed against me, when they dwell safely in their land, and none made them afraid. And when I have brought them again from the people, and gathered them out of their enemies' land, and am sanctified in them in the sight of many nations, then shall they know that I am the Most High their Elohim, which caused them to be led into captivity among the heathen. But I had gathered them unto their own land, and had left none of them any more there. Neither will I hide my face any more from them, for I have poured out my ruach upon the house of Israel, saith the Most High Elohim.
Right. Okay. Now, let's look at something here. Go to Hebrews chapter 8, verse 7 through 13.
That's enough right there to make any man want to repent.
And this is a real good important verse. Hebrews 7th chapter, 8th chapter, excuse me, verse 7 through 13.
So Cain, when you have it.
Okay.
Hebrews 8:7-13 reads, for if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. For finding fault with them, he said, behold, the days come, said Yahuwah, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Now, according to the covenant that I have made with their fathers in that day, when I took them in the hand, by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, said Yahuwah. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said Yahuwah. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them Elohim, and they shall be to me a people. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know Yahuwah, for all shall know me, from the least to the greatest. For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins, and their iniquities will I remember no more. In that he said, a new covenant he had made the first old. Now that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to vanish away.
Now, you see it? Well, the Most High himself said, you know, that first covenant, you know, that ain't working. You know. So he said, yeah, you know, I'm going to have to fix this. We're going to have a new covenant. And this is why I keep telling people we are not under that new covenant now. That, he said, in those days, future, when he comes and gets us and puts us back in the land, that way he's going to put his word in our heart. And there won't be no need for no teaching. We still teaching. So how are we in it?
And still learn.
Huh?
Everybody don't know his name.
Yeah. We still teaching. He said, in those days I will make a covenant with the house of Judah and Israel. It has not happened. In order for him to do that, we will have to be back together as one nation. We're still scattered, folks. So don't believe the hype. You know, these folks will get up there and say something just to be having a video. Have no idea what they talking about, because they won't read themselves. Okay? Now, I want to see if I can find where we are. Well, go to Jeremiah 16 verse, no, we read it. Jeremiah 30 and verse 3.
Okay. Jeremiah 30, verse 3 reads, For lo, the days come, saith the Most High, that I will bring again the captivity of my people, Israel and Judah, saith the Most High. And I will cause them to return to the land that I gave their fathers, and they shall possess it.
Well, to me it looks like we still in America. And I haven't seen anybody from the northern kingdom. The only one got scattered here with Judah.
I had brothers on my page this week saying they leave. I figured, bye.
Judah was scattered because Judah was treacherous. These are the Most High's words. He called Judah treacherous. She seen what the Most High did to the northern kingdom. She looking at it and still didn't obey. And the Most High said, your treacherous sister Judah didn't have no fear. So that's why we're the tribe that got scattered. He didn't want us together nowhere.
That's why we've been through so much. Still going through stuff.
And to think we're the tribe that Mashiach come through. We should have been better.
Yep.
We're the worst. You know, it's crazy. And you know, he okay, go to Jeremiah 23, verses 3 through 8. We're going to get all these verses. Y'all have plenty of ammunition when somebody come up here talking that crazy stuff.
So Cain, when you had
Okay.
Jeremiah 23, 3 through 8 reads, And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all the countries, whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, said Yahuwah. Behold, the days come, said Yahuwah, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name, whereby he shall be called, the Most High our righteousness. Therefore, behold, the days come, said Yahuwah, and they shall no more say, Yahuwah liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Most High liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country and from all countries whither I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land.
Now you see it, Jeremiah, he quoted the same thing Ezekiel said. You see that? Almost to the left. Almost to the left. See, that's why man don't have any excuse. You know, because the Most High don't put something in there one time. It's all throughout the scripture.
Yeah.
You just got to search for it. I mean, all these scriptures here about him gathering us up, that's not all of them. Ain't no way we could get through them. I mean, Ezekiel, Jeremiah, Isaiah. You know, it's plenty of scriptures. And that's what you got to have. You got to know where these things are. So when people start trying to talk to you, right, see, they can take one scripture that you might know and kind of mess it up and twist it around. But you got 14, 15, 20 scriptures, you can't do nothing with it.
That's right.
Because it's going to keep repeating itself. It ain't going to change.
That's right.
See? So that's why we got to read. We got to study. You know, it don't take much. You know, when you're not doing, you know, just sitting around the house, just pick the Bible up and read your few chapters.
Yes, sir.
You know? And you know, start letting that stuff sink in. So you may not can remember chapter and verse, but you know it's in the scripture.
Yes,
so you
sir.
know you can find it. Oh no, that's in the scripture here. Let me find it. Give me a key word, where to start with. See, you can find it then, because you know it's in there. I can't remember chapter and verse, but I know it's in the Bible because I done read it several times. You can't tell me something's not in there or in there, because I know what's in there.
That's why I be highlighting mine. So I can
That's
read
right.
I don't know exactly where it's at, but I know where to go look.
Okay, let's read Isaiah. We're going to go to Isaiah for a minute. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1 and 2.
What did I say, Cain?
Cain.
Isaiah 14:1 reads, For the Most High will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them, and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Most High for servants and handmaids. And they shall take the captives, who captives they were, and they shall rule over the oppressors.
Man, Isaiah's telling you how this is going to happen. Every last one of those prophets is always saying the Most High is going to get us. He's going to gather us. I don't care where you read it. It's going to always say that. Okay. Read Isaiah 11, verse 11 and 12. It's redundant. It just repeats itself till you get the point.
Same chapter.
Isaiah 11 and 12.
Okay.
Isaiah 11 and 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather them together and disperse of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
You skipped 11.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the Most High shall set his hand again the second time, and recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And it shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather them in the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Okay. Every time, I mean, it's just, you can spend a whole day reading how the Most High is going to gather us up. And it don't line up with people, what they've been telling you. Oh, this is the year. We supposed to move to Africa. If you want to go, fine. Just better be under the right reason.
That's right.
Don't go thinking it's time for us to go. You know, how would they know when the Most High said no man is going to know? In Acts chapter 1, Most High pretty much told his disciples it wasn't none of their business. You know, he said that ain't for you to know. You know, if I were to tell you that, you think I'd be being real curt with you. You know, you ask me a question, that ain't for you to know.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? He letting them know. Y'all worrying about the wrong thing now. Y'all need to be out here, preaching my word. See, y'all worrying about the wrong thing. Standing there looking up, watching me go up, and y'all should have already been on your way. You know, that's why them angels admonished him. Hey, why y'all standing there looking up? He coming back the same way you see him leave. You know? So don't let people turn you into no sky watcher. Every time they say something on YouTube, you get your telescope and run out there and looking up in the sky and stuff. You know, he said he coming like a thief.
That's right.
You know, what do thieves do? They try to wait till it's dark and nobody's unsuspecting them or something.
That's right.
Not necessarily that it'll be dark when he come, but the same principle. He just coming when you ain't expecting it.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Go to Isaiah 43, verse 5 and 7. Isaiah 43, 5 and 7.
Okay.
Okay. Isaiah 43, 5 through 7 reads, Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east, and gather thee from the west. I will say to the north, Give up, and to the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from far, and my daughters from the ends of the earth. Even everyone that is called by my name, for I have created him for my glory. I have formed him, yea, I have made him.
There we go again. He said, I'm bringing them from the east, the west, the north, the south. Well, who's scattered in these places?
Us.
Huh?
Us.
We are.
Let's see. And I may have missed something in the verse, because I'm trying to look for where he told one of the Hebrew teachers that it was time to go to Africa. I may have a bad version here or something.
Not there.
My thing I always wonder, it wonders me why the Jews or the opposers, they read not the same book. They can't comprehend what they're reading.
They
halfway read. I told you. A lot of this is just dress code. They dressing the part, man. Most of them have no understanding of the Bible, of the scripture. You know, they just flying by the seat of their pants.
They just stuck on the fact that they're Hebrew.
Yeah, that's it.
They think that's enough.
That's it. And like I said, Most High, he gonna burn all that off. He gonna see what's up under them clothes. I promise you he is.
They don't have this.
When you go up under that, pass under the rod like the shepherds do, you know, he takes that rod and he rakes their wool back so he can see their skin and see if they're healthy, because a tenth of those is going to go to the Most High. And this is what the Most High going to do. He going to rub your fur back or your wool back and see. That's why he used that metaphor. Yeah, I'm going to see what's up under all them clothes. You know all that baking and shaking you doing? Yeah, I'm peel that off. And I'm gonna purge all you rebels.
Yeah. We got some brothers and sisters can't speak nothing but like Spanish and Latin.
Now, all right, let's find out how we gonna get back. Like I said, I have no idea. But I think the scriptures give us an idea though.
Yeah.
You know, I know we ain't going with no teleporter, you know, none of that Star Trek stuff,
STV.
you know, and all that. And
Don't let it fool you.
it's 2 minutes. We sure can't walk, you know, like they did. You know, they were in walking distance. We can't do that. Okay? So let's see how we gonna get there. According to the scripture, not according to me. Go to Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1 through 12, and I will read it.
Okay,
Just let me know when you're there.
okay.
Okay. Verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Most High is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Most High shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and the kings to the brightness of thy rising. Verse 4. Lift up thine eyes round about and see. All they gather themselves together. They come to thee. Thy sons shall come from far, and thy daughters shall be nursed at thy side. Verse 5. Then thou shalt thou see and flow together, and thine heart shall fill and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. The multitude of camels shall cover thee, the dromedaries of Midian and Ephah. All they from Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold and incense, and they shall show forth the praises of the Most High. All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. The rams of Nebaioth shall minister unto thee. They shall come up with acceptance on mine altars, and I will glorify the house of my glory. Verse 8. Who are these that fly as a cloud, and as the doves to their windows? Surely the isle shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Most High, the Elohim, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Therefore my gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut nor day or night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish, yet those nations shall be utterly wasted. He just gave you a description. The ships of Tarshish, these other nations are going to help us lead with our stuff, with our whatever we supposed to leave here with, our wealth. See, and I think the ship at Tarshish is named after Noah's great grandson. That's why they call them, you know, the ships of Tarshish. But in verse 4, no, verse 5, when it say, then thou shalt see and flow together, and thine heart shall fill. Well, when you look up at that phrase right there, it's not fear, it's amazement and astonished. You know, you seeing all this take place. So your heart's just, wow, you know. Man will be deceived. You know. Let no man deceive you. Like the scriptures say, you know, Matthew 24:26, he said, if they say he's over here, And he's over there, he said, don't go.
That's a trap for you.
That's what he said. Do not go. Do not believe them. And Jeremiah 23:21 said, I didn't send these people. You know, I didn't tell them to tell you nothing. You know, and so we definitely can't put ourselves in front of the Most High. That is asking for it.
That's right.
You really asking for it. See, now, if any of y'all got the book of Jasher at home, go to chapter 75 and read, you know, verse 1 all the way to verse 17. You will see exactly what happened.
75.
Yeah, Jasher chapter 75, verse 1 through all the way to 17. In fact, it's only 22 verses in it. Yeah, you may as well
That's a good book,
read the
though.
whole thing.
I remember that one.
That's what the time look like.
I got about 15 more minutes.
Oh, good. I'm going to read some of them verses from it then, okay? Now, I'm in the book of Joshua. I'm going to show you what happens when you step out in front of the Most High's will.
Yeah, ran over like
All right.
18 minutes.
Joshua chapter 75, verse 1. Have y'all got it on your phones? Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll give you all a second. 75. First, I'm gonna read verses 1 through 3. I don't need to go all the way down now, and I'm gonna skip some, and I'm just gonna show you the outcome. Oh, you got it, huh? Okay. You ready? I'm gonna go ahead and read it right quick. Pay close attention to what happened here. Very good example here. Okay, Joshua chapter 75. First, I'm just gonna read from verse 1 to 3. Now listen to what it says. At that time, in the 118th year of the Israelites going down into Egypt, went forth from Egypt valiant men, 30,000 on foot, from the children of Israel, who were all the tribe of Joseph, of the children of Ephraim, the son of Joseph. Verse 2, for they said the period was completed which the Most High had appointed to the children of Israel in the times of old, which he had spoken to Abraham. You see that? They're assuming now on their own. Verse 3, and these men girded themselves, and they put each man his sword at his side, and every man his armor upon him. And they trusted to their strength. And they went out together from Egypt with a mighty hand. Now you see that? There they go. They making their own prophecy, their own exodus. They saying, oh, we see it's that time what the Most High said to Abraham. Well, who told them that? They took that on their own, just like we got teachers do that. Tell you when it's time to do something, when it's time to move, which is totally against the Most High's will. He said he's going to gather us. I can wait. Okay, I'm going to drop down to verse 15 through 17. We're going to see what happened to these guys. And you need to read that whole chapter 75, because it's going to tell you everything that happened to them while they thought in their own strength. Most High ain't got nothing to do with it, because any battle that he was behind in us, we won it. See? Okay, verse 15. And these men were engaged in battle with the children of Ephraim. And the Most High delivered the children of Ephraim into the hands of the Philistines. See that? And they smote all the children of Ephraim, all who had gone forth from Egypt. None were remaining but 10 men who had run away from the engagement. Now, how many started out?
30,000.
30. 10 men, and the only reason they made it because they
ran.
they caught out. You know, they had to go. You know, that's the only reason they made it back.
You can say they ran back at that point in time.
Yeah, they
To wait on Yah.
they got out of Dodge. You know, verse 17. For this evil was from the Most High against the children of Ephraim. For they transgressed the word of the Most High in going forth from Egypt, before the period had arrived which the Most High in the days of old had appointed to Israel. There you go. Nobody should be able to come and tell you it's time to go nowhere. You just see what happened, and for the same reason, Most High, you know, y'all transgressed my word. Y'all left before I told you to, until I got you out. See, we can't keep fighting against that. He put us in slavery. He's gonna get us out. That's it. Don't listen to these internet prophets. Because the Most High did not send them, like he said in Jeremiah. I didn't send them folks. What are they talking about? Yeah. Yeah. You see a perfect example of them leaving, saying it was time for them to leave, right? What happened to them? 30,000 left, only 10 came back. And that's because they had Carl Lewis ill. You know, they could run pretty good or something. But that's the only reason they made it back. He said, and the Most High did it because they transgressed his word concerning when they gonna leave Egypt. There you go. We in Egypt now. Has the Most High told anybody, myself, Apostle, Elder Darrell, have anybody been told by the Most High it is time to do our exodus, create our own exodus? Nope. And I'm not going to do it. When the Most High comes, if I'm still alive, he'll come and get me from Everman, Texas, where I live, because I sure ain't going to be overseas nowhere. You know, I'm not making a move without the Most High. And so I hope y'all got a lot of these verses, and that's not all of them. Just Google scriptures concerning the regathering of Israel or something like that. You're going to see a multitude of them. And they all going to coincide. They all going to say the same thing. I will gather you from the east, from the west, dispersed of Judah.
That's why the word say it's a witness. The word witness is the word.
Yeah, that's right. See, you're not going to make no fool out this Bible, out these scriptures, because it's just going to keep repeating itself. All right, so I think that should be enough. But I mean, I love reading that Joshua chapter 75, because it keeps you reminded. Don't make any moves that the Most High didn't authorize. You're going to get in trouble. Every time. When he's behind something, it succeeds. Every time. But if you're doing that on your own, you know, you making them false claims. Oh, well, I heard from the Most High last night. The Most High told me this, told me that, you know. And you lying to start with, you know. If he speaks to you and tells you something then I promise you, something is gonna follow it, you know, as a confirmation. Yeah, every time. That word is gonna be confirmed what the Most High told you. Something is gonna take place to let you know that was of the Most High. It's gonna confirm itself. You don't need no man to confirm it. He tell you to do something or whatever, then it's, you know, his word confirms it. You'll see it. You'll see it. So anytime they get up there with all that the Most High told me and you don't see nothing behind it, just words, I don't know who he was hearing from. Because it wasn't Elohim.
Give him a hand, y'all. It's so powerful what he just said, especially,
What's that you read from, Jasher?
Jasher chapter 75.
Chapter 75, Jasher, chapter 75, Jasher, chapter 75. What that chapter is telling us is don't step ahead of Yah. Don't take matters into your own head. And it's also something that we can apply personally in our personal life. You know, before we make a decision, the Bible says what? Acknowledge Yah in all thy ways and he will what? Direct thy path. So when they made that move in Jasher 75, they wasn't acknowledging Yah. They wasn't acknowledging the Most High. But it's nothing wrong. What Elder Scales is bringing out is that if you chose to go and live in Ghana, if you chose to go and live in Liberia,
That's on you.
Belize, it's nothing wrong with going to another country and living there because of the racial tension that we have here in America. It's nothing wrong. Elder Timothy Ferris has been to, your father has been to Israel and Nigeria. So there's nothing wrong with going to visit other countries. There's nothing wrong with even moving there. But as long as you're not saying that the Most High has commanded that all of us return back there now because now is the time. Because it's not the time. You know why? Because that land, our land is still in captivity.
It's trodden by Gentiles.
Matter of fact, those who went over there with Benedict, in Damona, now they have a vibrant, beautiful community over there, but even the Ethiopian Jews, they're suffering persecution over there. They're suffering racism over there. There are gays, they have one of the largest gay parades in Tel Aviv.
Sure is.
So that lets us know that the time for us collectively to go back there, according to the prophecy, it's not that time. But if you chose to go over there and live there, you understand that you can, but you'll be falsely speaking for the Most High and misinforming people if you tell people that it's time for us to go back there because the Most High has said it. Well, you'll be misinforming people, you'll be deceiving people, you'll be lying to people because it's not time. But however, if you chose to go and visit, I encourage you to go and visit. I plan to go and visit West Africa, and I plan to go and visit Central America and some of the islands. You understand? You know, I want to go and visit Bahamas and to deliver some. Right now, the Lost Bound Israelites ministry, you know, we are in preparation of preparing to take some goods. I mean, when I bet I say goods, but some supplies to our brothers and sisters in the Bahamas. So why I put the Bahamas? Because the Bahamas is 90% Israelites. And I'm working through other ministries so that we can be able to get this stuff there. You understand? I already have a contact in Florida today. You understand? So, yes, Lost Ark Israelites is going to be delivering, you understand, some boxes of supplies for our brothers and sisters in the Bahamas. You understand? And I take great pride that the Most High has connected this ministry, because we're not large, but we are connected to some resources where we can be able to do some international things to help our brothers and sisters out. You understand? But that's a beautiful message that the Elder Scales brought. Let's give him another hand. I want to thank our viewers for attending as well. I hope you all enjoyed the lesson. I want you to all go and subscribe to YAH'S Justice on YouTube, where you can view our congregational lessons. Also, I want to encourage you to go and subscribe to Israel Scripture TV. This is the logo to Israel Scripture TV. You can see the logo right here, and I have the logo right here, and the logo right here. Also, if you want some shirts to Israel Scripture TV, if you want some of these shirts, you can call our ministry line at 800-592-8293. Our ministry line is 800-592-8293. If you want any biblical literature, if you want any logos, shirts with this logo on it, or shirts with this logo on it, you can call once again 800-592-8213. If you wish to make any donations to this ministry or to contribute in what we're going to be sending to our brothers and sisters in the Bahamas, you can also call 800-592-8213 as well. Thank you all for attending Shabbat. Anyone have an offering to